we are back with yet another episode of Geektainment Weekly. It has been a little bit since we've been seeing you or listening to you, or I guess you're listening to us and we're talking to you. Either way, I'm one of your hosts, Ian, and as always, I am here with
Sean Pelty.
And Brett is not here, but introduce yourself, and you're here anyway, sort of.
I'm not here, but I'm with you. Brett Parker, co-host 3.
Brett Parker, live, Action News 2.
On location.
On location. From?
Links in the bio. Do I say that now or later?
No, we just constantly have your number up on screen.
Yeah, it'll always be there forever.
If you get any calls, let us know.
Forward them over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, someone emailed me. They're like, Brett's not answering. I can't tell him how much I hate you guys. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you. I put his number up for all of you guys to use.
Why am I the gatekeeper of hatred? Why do I have to receive all the hate that I have to pass on to you guys?
Because you can handle it the best.
Fun fact, it's not actually Brett's number. But I won't say whose number it is.
Oh, I
okay. Anyway, on today's show, we're going to talk a little bit about a handful of things. We're going to touch on the Thor trailer, because, awesome. Chip and Dale reboot, Rescue Rangers, the reboot was awesome, and we'll touch more on that in a minute. Batfleck returns, ? Also, Amber Heard and Aquaman 2, there's varying levels of weird things getting heard. I'll mention one of my favorites when we get to it.
You said there's a lot being heard about it?
Oh, man. It's even worse when you're here.
Oh, can that be what the section is called? Is you heard?
You heard?
Yeah, I'll make a graphic and everything. And we you heard, and it'll pop up. And we could totally do that. We used to do a thing called Keanu Watch during the beginning of the Keanu-sance. So anyway, we're going to touch on Amber Heard and Aquaman 2, and then we have a secret topic that neither of the guys know about yet, but it's going to be really fun.
I'm so excited for that.
Oh, you should be. Oh. And then we have the return of Stranger Things and the marathon-length episodes they're giving us.
Ooh, sounds strange.
So bonkers. Yeah.
I'm excited. And then also the game Multiverses, we're going to touch on that because it looks really interesting. Pretty fun. And then we're going to talk about the She-Hulk trailer. And then to end the show, Sean has something special that neither Brett nor I know about.
Yeah.
So I'm dying twice.
Yeah.
Dying to know 2 different things. You each know your thing. I don't know either.
Oh, you don't even know.
We're dying at the fact that you have no surprise for us. That's really the disappointment.
Still haven't received the sacrifice of a small goat.
I will unveil my surprise.
Okay.
We're waiting. We're going to start a countdown clock at the end of the show.
Yeah.
And when it hits 0, if we're not surprised, we're going to have some problems.
You're fired.
Yeah, all right, cool. You heard it, Internet. He accepted the challenge. So, first and foremost, J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot are in development of a live-action speed racer show for Apple TV.
The last little bit of that sentence did not sound enthusiastic from you, Ian.
Well, so I am one of the few people who really loves the movie. I think the movie with Emil Hirsch is awesome. I think it's horrendously underrated. I think it absolutely captures the feel and the essence and the joy of the original Speed Racer cartoon while capturing some of the quintessential cheese that I feel like you need to have with the adaptation.
Sure.
I mean, when you have a kid running around with a monkey, and they're like a essential part of some episodes' plots, you got to understand, it's like Doctor Who. Doctor Who's at its best when it's like self-aware of how cheesy it is, and they play into it,
It's hard to disagree with any of that. It's been a while since I've seen that Speed Racer movie, but I do remember.
I just rewatched it.
Did you? You would, but it
I
just.
I was one and done on that.
Yeah.
No, most people are.
Yeah. No, and I've seen clips of it since then, so it's not like I haven't ever, rewatched bits of it, but I haven't rewatched it in its entirety. But I don't know. I remember kind of being split 50-50 on it after watching it. I was like,
exactly how I felt. It was,
I got some of the same
large parts of it, but overall it was just kind of like.
Yeah, I think
I agree with you. I don't know. My whole thing with adaptations of animes, especially animes in particular, is I find that if you're most of the animes that are adapting are perfect, as is, and I think they're doing it because obviously they want to reach an American audience, they want to reach a larger audience. But if you're gonna just literally remake it shot for shot in English, don't change it. People love the first one, they're going to love this one. If I don't know, one of my dreams is to do a Princess Mononoke remake, but literally shot for shot.
Wow.
Of the movie with a completely traditional cast, except Billy Bob Thornton will play the role that he voiced in the movie because he's too perfect.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Okay, that's fair.
But I wouldn't change a damn thing.
Yeah, I mean, if they can do that with The Ring, then why can't you do it with
or let the right
Speed
one
Racer.
in, or
any other countless
XYZ,
Korean,
etc.
Japanese horror
the
movies,
second,
whatever.
Third, fourth, fifth Avatar. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's for sure.
I mean, let's be honest. That trailer, while pretty, could have just been a cut scene, like a scene that was cut from the first one.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
speaking of awesome trailers, which is nothing cut from another movie, is the freaking Thor trailer.
Yes. Love and Thunder.
Wow.
And I am loving that thunder.
I really,
Well
Wow.
played, Sean.
I'm just gonna put like a glass thing right here. I don't know what it'll do, but it'll deflect some of it.
Yeah.
For, no, well, I feel like after seeing this trailer, I almost feel like they rushed the first trailer out because, like, the first trailer, while it was awesome, I think it was like, why not just wait to put this one out? You know,
Because
what I
there's
mean?
always a teaser before.
I know. Well,
you
now
know,
there's the
it's-
teaser of the
a teaser of the
for
teaser.
the trailer.
Yeah.
And then, but
hey, our trailer's dropping this date. It's usually like within 2 or 3 days too. Like they'll drop it on like a Thursday,
shocked
and then
they
it'll be
didn't
like,
say
guess what?
tickets are out.
Me too.
Shocked.
Because what?
Yep.
That's in July, so
Yeah,
we're
and
nearing the end of
We're gonna
May.
get one more trailer then.
Yeah.
That reveals
yeah.
what.
There's always trailer 3. There's always a
Yeah,
trailer
but
3.
what more could
And
they
then the
show without?
1-minute TV
more-
spots. Yeah.
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 TV spots, more gore.
Those roll out. Yep.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
let's take a second.
We all have thoughts on gore, so let's.
Gore. We're gonna go one by one. Brett, you first. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so what perfectly encapsulates my thoughts on gore is, and I'm sure you've seen it, it's like the pictures side by side of the various times gore is seen. It's like you have one that is just Christian Bale in gray makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have he's kind of like removing a hood, and he looks straight up terrifying.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then you've got that like sheepish, like Uncle Fester looking like, you know, and I don't like that. So it's like there's different phases, but I don't know if that Christian Bale in gray makeup is like before he became the God Butcher, you know. And I don't want to say
It's all
what his
speculation.
origin is, because I know
Sure.
what his origin is, but I don't want to say it. Before whatever his origin is happened, I don't know, but it's.
Plus, they'll probably change it a little bit. I mean, Marvel does
Oh,
a
yeah.
phenomenal job. Like, if so, Mysterio, that's not Mysterio
No.
at all.
No.
Oh.
Did I care that wasn't remotely
I was
Mysterio?
completely
No,
fine.
because they
I
caught
was
the
completely
essence
Yes.
of the character.
Yes. Like
Yep.
You know,
special effects,
they got
artists.
the heart of the character.
The fact that they went a callback to Iron Man 2 with Barf
Yeah.
is genius.
Well, and they
though.
tied everybody in, like back to the guy. Tony Stark made this in a cave.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not Tony Stark. Like, I
Yeah.
loved that.
It was
Yeah.
so
and,
good.
and I think we're going to get some of that in this new Thor movie. Obviously, I think by bringing Natalie Portman back, they're going to definitely going to be some callbacks to stuff. I'm super excited. I think Christian Bale wouldn't be doing this movie if it wasn't top notch. I think Taika Waititi did such an amazing job with Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I think he's going to continue to do an amazing job in this movie. Some of the cinematography just from the trailer looks incredible.
Except for that
Well,
goat
some of the
chariot
yes.
thing.
But you also
that
got to
looked
think
terrible.
that might not even be in the movie.
You're right.
Might
It
not even be in
better
the movie.
You're right.
Like 75% of what we
want a
saw
goat chair.
might not end up in the movie.
How much do we all want to bet that Zeus and gang all die?
Oh, that's literally the reason they exist.
Yes.
Is they're gonna. I think
Yes.
because I saw that photo with Natalie Portman, Thor, and Valkyrie sitting in front of what people are saying is Bast, the Black Panther god, and they're saying that it's. I mean, if we're going by the comics, it would be the Council of the Gods, and I think Gorge is gonna show
okay.
up there and just freaking
Wreak havoc.
wreak havoc. I mean, literally, they cast Russell Crowe as Zeus to kill him.
To kill him, yeah, because they know they can't get Russell Crowe to appear in 5 more movies.
Yeah. Plus, they're not going to do a Zeus spinoff.
Right, we're not.
No,
gonna-
they could.
They-
I guess they could. Well, they
I
could
doubt it.
Hercules. They could do Hercules.
yeah, that's if anything comes of this, it'll be Hercules.
Oh, I wonder if Hercules is going to be in the movie.
Yeah, that'd be a surprise.
Either
and
way.
then he gets his own TV spinoff.
I love. I'm curious when Korg. I feel like they're going to do some kind of play thing where like Thor's right next to Korg telling the story. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's
Probably.
I don't think they're like. 'Cause they kind of set it up that Thor is going to die. Nuh-uh.
No.
This franchise is too hot to kill him off.
Yeah.
Oh my
and,
God.
and Chris Hemsworth is one of the only actors who has said, "I will play Thor forever." So
Why? I mean, they're literally just catching steam now. Why walk away? I mean, I guess walk away out on top, whatever, like RDJ did. But like, you're telling me that they couldn't have done one more Iron Man movie? That would have been awesome. But they just wouldn't, because it would have needed to have been the Mandarin, because in my opinion, that is Iron Man's Joker.
Yes.
You know?
That's one of the problems with that that whole series of movies that Iron Man had was, and why Iron Man 3 kind of suffered is because I'm not saying I don't like it.
From Shang-Chi.
I've fought for that movie so many times.
I'm not saying I don't like it.
It's so good.
I just can never get over the disappointment of not having the Mandarin in the movie when it was kind of yeah. Look, I didn't see that coming. I really didn't.
I didn't
see
either, and I was super disappointed about it.
Mm-hmm.
And
he tells you, he even told you in the trailer, you would not see it coming.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
no, literally, you won't see. Oh no, literally,
Yeah.
it's one of those things when it happened, I was like, what? And then I loved that movie, and then I think what they did with Shang-Chi made it even better.
Yep.
Like retroactively made it better. But no, there's so many. Natalie Portman coming back, obviously. She looks ripped.
Yes. Like she would win an arm wrestling match against all three of us.
All three of us up
easily.
Yeah, she could arm wrestle Sean while beating you and I up.
I mean, I would be submissive to her anyway. So.
Oh, Sean.
Especially if she shaves her head.
Welcome
like
to
V for
Geektainment
Vendetta.
Nightly.
Yeah, Geektainment Nightly.
All of Sean's geek fetishes. Next up,
Yes.
Princess Leia.
Actually, she'd be Padme, but
Padme Amidala.
Oh.
Really? Over Slave Leia?
yeah, no, oh yeah,
Really?
yeah. I take Padme all day.
Interesting.
Natalie Portman's just, I don't know. I just have a thing for her.
I mean,
She's,
Natalie Portman is an exquisite actress. She's phenomenally talented. But I mean, Slave Leia? Over Slave Leia?
Yeah,
That's like the iconic geek, like, oh my god, Slave Leia.
I know. If I had to pick an iconic geek, anything, even though it's not that geeky, it'd be Jessica Alba in Sin City. I mean, it's from a graphic
call.
novel.
Yeah,
you know?
no, that's true. No, honestly, Sin City, while she did look amazing in that, that was like ripped off the page.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
that yeah.
Say what you
That
will.
is a big example of staying true to the source material.
No, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Zack Snyder, I never want to see him in charge of another original IP of superhero content.
Sure.
But if they came out tomorrow and said he was adapting The Dark Knight Returns, like adapting, like he did with 300 and Watchmen, I'd be all for it.
Yeah.
All for it. I know a lot of people give him crap about Watchmen, but you really, how much closer could you get without having it be a 6-hour
The actual
movie?
squid, you know, like
It
without
was
the
in
actual
show and it
squid
looked
being,
awesome, but like,
still, no, Watchmen was great.
I love Watchmen.
Yeah.
Especially when you know what could have happened. Like, I love Terry Gilliam, but at one point he was supposed to do Watchmen. If he had done Watchmen, it would have been...
A completely different thing.
Oh, it would have been like Jodorowsky's Dune, which sounds epically amazing, but wouldn't have been Dune,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Freaking, yeah, no, I'm super excited. I think...
Speaking of Zack Snyder
Yes.
and his universe, though, how about that Batfleck news?
Yes. Well, you're skipping around, Sean. Look at the rundown. Jesus.
I don't have it in front of me. I
All
just
right, well,
it came up.
let's do the Batfleck first,
I slave.
and then we'll
over this
backtrack.
rundown. No, yeah, I know. I'm not really. It's not a big deal.
We'll re-edit.
There is rumors right now, and some of these rumors have been kind of shifting for a couple months now since Discovery bought Warner Brothers. That
So we're discovering more rumors, you're saying? More rumors? We're discovering?
Ruiners.
Shut up.
we're gonna take a 5-minute segment at every show from now on, and Sean's gonna have a bad pun corner,
Yeah.
and we're just gonna let him go wild, and we'll contain him to that couple minutes. We'll even turn his mic off.
Yeah,
so
that
no
way you
one
don't
else
even
has
get
to hear it.
Yeah.
Brett and I will continue.
I'm just talking to myself in puns.
Man, someone has to do it. But the rumor for a while is that not that they're going to keep the Snyderverse and bring the Snyderverse back, but that aspects of the Snyderverse were going to live on, i.e., Henry Cavill.
I could see that happening more than the actual Snyderverse
Yes.
continuing.
I agree.
They could definitely rip pieces of existing stuff
Oh yeah,
and place them wherever they want.
this is what they
at
should
this
do.
point.
They should have an after the credit scene where Ezra Miller's Flash gets replaced by
Justin
Grant Gustin's
Grant Gustin.
Flash.
Yes.
And then
That-
Grant Gustin is the new Flash for the universe.
Okay, if they did that, that would make so
Fans
many
would
people
freak out.
happy.
They'd be so happy.
It would be the biggest thing that DC has done for their fans than like
Yep.
Marvel doing,
Be like
the
Matt
Avengers.
Ryan levels of cast. I would say it'd be like having Lucifer pop up in the Crisis crossover, like within a scene with Constantine.
I just feel like they're incapable of doing that. Like,
yeah, they do one
there's
step
some type
forward
of-
and 20 steps backwards. It seems like I don't know. I as say what you will about Man of Steel, I enjoy Man of
I
Steel.
love Man of Steel.
I think Henry Cavill is the first time I've ever seen Superman in live action.
100%.
Where I've been like, that's Superman.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Minus him not saving Pa Kent, but that's another story.
That's a writing thing, not a Henry Cavill issue.
Yeah.
That's a Zack Snyder issue.
It's funny how
Say
DC
whatever you
suffers
want
from that.
about the movie. He's an amazing Superman. I mean,
Yes,
100%.
absolutely.
Yeah.
movie here nor there. He's flawless. As
And
Yes.
Hans Zimmer doing that score and the flight
Yep.
song
Yeah.
and just the theme that he came up with. Since, I mean, you know, Christopher Reeve's Superman theme is like iconic.
Yeah.
But then Hans Zimmer did such a good job of making his own. And I feel like it
Okay.
gets, you know, passed by or passed on. Like
Yeah.
people don't give it the respect
Imagine
that it
if
deserves.
that's what you had to do. It's like, hey, come up with a new Superman theme. Go.
Right.
Why?
I mean, even for so going with that same concept, like Hans Zimmer doing the Dark Knight and having the new Dark Knight theme, amazing.
Still pulling back the Danny Elfman
Yep.
callback.
Yeah, and then still doing the Danny Elfman callback, and now you got whoever did the Matt Reeves one. What's his name?
Giacchino?
Yeah.
Giacchino?
Yes.
Michael Giacchino. Yeah.
Giacchino.
There. Hey, finally, we have someone who can pronounce a name right the first
I
try.
still don't believe you about what's his name from Fantastic Four.
We're not going down that road, but anyway,
Oh, we're doing
he
Ian
that
Griffith.
no, stop it. The Batman theme, I feel, was better than Hans Zimmer's Dark Knight theme. I really do. I really do. The beginning of the movie when it
I'm not
opens
prepared
up.
to
support
argue that. I'm not.
Thank you.
Prepared to. Oh, I
I'm
heard
not
something. Yeah.
prepared to argue that, but I
I'm not
also
prepared to argue that.
disagree with you.
That's fair.
You're wrong.
You're
I don't have
arguing, though.
reasons
But you
why
don't have
you're
reasons
wrong,
why,
but I
right.
know you're wrong.
See that the Batman theme. Look, and for me to say that Hans Zimmer's my number one all time
Over
favorite.
John Williams?
Yes. Mine
John
goes.
Williams is like modern Mozart.
John Williams is number 3 for me. It goes. I know.
Whoa.
Here's
What?
here's
No.
here's
Who's
what, here's
number
why.
2?
I know you're
Who's
never
number 2?
Danny Elfman.
Oh, get the fuck out.
Danny Elfman. I
Get the
swear to
fuck-
God.
Oh, come
He
on.
did the Batman animated series. Like, come
no,
on.
I have
did
to
he, though?
leave.
Was it him, or did someone take his theme from the Keaton films and make it their own version of it?
Either way, he's still responsible for it. And I
Googling this.
love Danny Elfman.
Series
Love Danny
theme
Elfman.
song. 'Cause,
Williams
like, here's the
number
thing.
Edward Scissorhands,
I'm not a huge fan. Okay,
Lion King.
okay.
Oh no, that was Hans Zimmer
Danny Elfman did do the theme song.
for animated series.
It was Shirley Walker and a couple other people. But, so okay, here's the thing. The Burton Batman films.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan.
Okay.
That is not the Joker. That is Michael Keaton having a bad day and putting makeup on and going
You
around.
mean
and-
Jack Nicholson?
Whatever, Jack Nicholson. Michael Keaton. That's not Bruce Wayne. The whole want to get nuts. That is Michael fucking Keaton. Like that is not Bruce Wayne.
the wanna
and then
get-
on top of that, no, I'm not done yet.
All right.
No, I'm not done yet. Commissioner Gordon. What the was
Okay, yeah.
that?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then don't even get me started on fucking Batman Returns. That is a whole different leather fetish BDSM fantasy that I don't even want to jump into
Oh,
right
it
now.
all makes sense why I like it now.
That being said, without those movies, we would not have Batman the Animated Series.
Mm-hmm.
And without those movies, we wouldn't have the ability to bring back someone who has played Batman in the past
in the new Flash movie.
into the new movies because there's
Yeah.
no way in hell. If Christian Bale shows up as Batman in this Flash movie,
No way.
I will literally take my wallet out of my pocket and hand it to the person next to me,
It's not happening.
which I will conveniently probably have be my girlfriend so I can get it
No.
back. But,
I call dibs on the seat next to you when we watch the Flash.
crap.
Yes.
Damn it.
Yes.
That's on the internet too. It's
Uh-huh.
forever.
It's real.
But
Forever.
I mean,
but I'm
what-
super excited. As much as I don't even like Ezra Miller as the Flash,
oh, I hate him.
I'm so excited to see Keaton in the new universe as a different universe as Batman, which brings us back to Batfleck.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Supposedly, puppy,
Oh, puppy.
freaking Sean Connery
That's Hazel.
could be my puppy. No, I really
I love Batfleck. I'll
I
say
don't
it.
dislike
I love
Batfleck
Batfleck.
at all. I think it's one of those cases where it's very Tim Burton-y. Let's cast the perfect people to play these roles and horribly mischaracterize and horribly
miswrite
write
them. Yes.
Because Batman shouldn't have been the, let's pull the guns out and shoot everything guy. Batman should have been the, I'm flipping around with batarangs and, like, instead of taking all the kryptonite and putting it into a fucking spear and a couple of grenades, like, he would have had, like, a reserve and he would have had batarangs and kryptonite and he would, you know what I mean?
If you look at the inspiration...
Kryptonian repellent bat spray.
If you look at the inspiration that Batfleck is, you know, going off of, he did kill that flamethrower guy, you know what I mean, in Dark Knight Returns, and he did it the exact same way in the movie.
Okay.
But the rest of it, the machine guns on the Batmobile.
My problem's not his body count, because Christian Bale is inadvertently responsible for a lot of people dying.
Oh yeah,
and Michael Keaton straight throws people off roofs.
Yeah,
like
there hasn't really been an on-screen Batman that didn't kill except Robert
not
Pattinson.
Killing. It's the gun thing.
Yeah, straight up using guns. Well, other than machine guns on the Batmobile.
Literally in the comics, the one time he uses the gun is to end Final Crisis when he has to freaking shoot like this alien gun. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean?
It's
like,
not
the
even a
one
bullet.
time
It's not a kinetic rifle.
When he did it, he quote unquote died, aka got sent back in time. But like, Batman doesn't break the gun rule. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I know Christian Bale's Batman had the guns on the front of it, but those were, for all intents and purposes, really only directed to be distractional, or, you know what I mean? He never shot him directly
Batmobile.
at anybody. Ben Affleck's Batman's like, fuck it, I'm driving through this, I'm gonna blow you up, I'm gonna shoot this, like,
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
flip
die,
over this truck.
like, you're gonna die,
Yeah.
let's kill Superman, like...
He literally was trying to kill Superman. Like, he wasn't just trying to capture him or, you know...
Meme him or, like, put him in the hospital, like, on the brink of death.
He was straight up gonna kill him until... Martha!
Which is so, like, I get it, the tower and everything, and it was in the fight with, but like, hasn't Batman been in fights with supervillains where there's collateral freaking damage? Can't Batman go, you know, actually, if it wasn't for Superman, we might all be alien slaves right now. We're dead.
Yeah. Maybe, you know, sometimes Bruce thinks as Batman first before he thinks about being Bruce Wayne first.
99% of the time.
Well,
That's
yeah,
one of my
that's
favorite quotes of all time is from Lego Batman.
Because
it's like, Batman lives in Bruce Wayne's basement? No, Bruce Wayne lives in Batman's attic.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. No, like, he's thinking of, okay, what can Batman do against this Superman, superhero, alien threat?
Beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, versus what can Bruce Wayne do about all this collateral damage and
donate
trying
a
to
bunch
support
of money and reinvigorate the city with new funds.
Exactly. And trying to support this, you know, hey, he did save the world. Even though he's an alien, he did save the world.
Granted, Batman didn't see the movie we saw.
True. He only saw it from his perspective.
Right, which is why they started off the movie like that, and I get it.
Yeah.
It was cool seeing them running around freaking Detroit with the Batmobile. In fact, my buddy was working on it, and I love that. They tell you to say mayonnaise commercial on a lot of that stuff. So I walk up to him, and the Batmobile is like 30 feet behind him. They clearly just finished shooting something with the Batmobile. I'm like, oh, what are you working on? He's like, mayonnaise commercial. I'm like, oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
They're bringing out the big guns for this mayonnaise commercial.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's the mayonnaise mobile.
But speaking of the big guns, Chippendale. Rescue Rangers. So I
haven't seen it.
Truth be told, I haven't seen it either.
That's fine.
That's fine.
This can be a totally spoiler-free conversation.
I can't wait to see it, though.
I'd highly recommend watching it the second you can. I would say it's super self-aware, but not meta. I wouldn't say it's meta. It's very self-aware of what it is and what it's trying to do and the jokes it's making and the world that it's in and the world that the reboot itself as a film is in nowadays. It's really good.
Do you see them doing more and trying to build the whole thing of this, like a franchise?
Hope not. I mean, I'm sure we're going to get another Chippendale movie.
Yeah.
I'm sure the second one, it'll be like the Muppets, where the first Muppet movie that Jason
was
Segel
fantastic.
did was spectacular. The second one wasn't horrible. It just wasn't the first one.
It's a
Same
step
with Lego
down.
movie. First Lego movie, oh my God.
Yeah.
The second one isn't horrible. It's just a standard
It's not,
movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
it's hard to
everything's
capture.
not awesome in the second
It's
one.
hard to
Everything is
capture that
okay.
first, you know, reveal of everything.
That's my opinion
over
about
again.
Guardians. I think Guardians 2 is great. I enjoy Guardians 2, but it's not Guardians 1.
You know,
I agree.
It's funny. There was a death battle. That YouTube channel did a whole-on MCU movie ranking, which I think we'll be doing our own version of eventually.
The best worst superhero movie of all time.
So they were
Kazam vs. Steel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Love it. I would pay
We'll make
$100
a
to
bracket.
see
That's what
that.
we'll do. We'll do the opposite of what Sean just said. We'll do a horrible superhero movie bracket to pick the worst
I like that.
superhero film.
Let's do that.
The
Make
best
ours,
worst superhero
make
film
ours
of all
set
time.
apart. Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh,
Dolph
favorite MCU
Lundgren,
film.
Punisher.
But no one goes,
Yeah.
which one do you like more? Meteor Man or other superhero movie I can't think of that's really random.
Does
Catwoman.
it have to? Oh,
I like Meteor Man, personally.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Don't besmirch the Lava Boy. It's Shark Girl.
I thought it was Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Me neither. I've seen the titles.
It's Brett's favorite movie.
Yeah, Brett, tell us all
Second
about
favorite.
Shark
When
Boy
he's
and
not
Lava
watching
Girl.
Kazam, he won't stop. Seriously. Are you
That
still counting
Shark
100
Boy.
over there?
No,
No.
I'm on
But-
72.
But Chip
I'm
and
at
Dale,
72.
without spoiling anything, and then this is one thing that's all over the internet already, so I really don't feel bad about spoiling it.
I'm pissed I found out
is
about it.
One of the supporting, I'd say it's a supporting role, I wouldn't even say it's a cameo, is Ugly Sonic.
Which
The-
is so perfect. And I found out
Amazing.
who the voice
Tim
of Ugly
Robinson.
Sonic is.
Mhm.
And that makes me so happy because Tim Robinson is my favorite human being.
Isn't
Winnie
he
the
from
Pooh?
Detroit? What?
Winnie
no,
the Pooh?
That's yeah, okay. Jim is in it. Jim Cummings is in it in a bunch of awesome roles, but he's not the guy who he actually voiced. He's not. Why can't I think of this? The guy he voiced in the actual show. Jim's not the voice
in the
of the actual
Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, he's not. I just watched this movie. I'm totally.
Was he
drawing a blank.
Monterey Jack?
He's not Monterey Jack, but he's a whole bunch of supporting voices,
Oh, okay.
and
Weird.
they use him really well.
Okay.
They use him really well.
Okay.
Yeah, it is really enjoyable. Isn't Tim Robinson from Detroit?
I don't
just
know.
Thinking?
He is.
Yeah.
He's also star of Detroiters.
Yes. Yes.
It all makes
Yeah.
sense.
And he's shooting something new here now, I think, too. Actually.
I was thinking Tim Robbins.
No.
Tim, that's who I was
Oh.
thinking of.
That being said,
Tim
I hope we
Robinson.
see more of Tim Robinson's Ugly Sonic, because he steals every scene he's in.
I mean, if they use Ugly Sonic, I can only imagine.
Well, that's the kind of
How
show. It's almost like a modern Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
That's what I hear. And Who Framed Roger Rabbit's one of my all-time
Love Who
it's
Framed
it's in
Roger
my
Rabbit.
top 10 easily favorite
a
movies.
classic.
Yes.
No movie's been able to match what they did with that film.
I
in
agree.
The style, like I know there was the Mad World movie or whatever, Cool World,
Mm-hmm.
when Brad
Cool
Pitt, where
World,
like
yeah.
the sync is off for a lot of it.
Mm.
I actually Maurice LaMarche has a lot of voices, and I got to talk to Mo about that one time, and he was telling me about like it was just like a fun time. But that movie is just wow. Have you seen that, Sean?
Which one?
Cool World, Mad
No.
World. Brad, do you remember the name of it?
Cool World. Yeah, it's Cool, World.
Cool
yeah,
World.
it's with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was around.
It is.
It
It's
was,
like a '90s Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You know?
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm trying to remember. It came out in '92. So '92 is when it came out. When did Who Framed Roger Rabbit come out?
It was at 86,
80.
80 something.
87, 88.
Yeah, because the
Something
big
like that.
thing was that this was directed by Ralph Bakshi, who did Wizards. If you've ever seen it.
Is that the Nintendo
No.
game? No.
That's
No.
The Wizard.
Oh,
with
the
Fred
Wizard.
Savage.
Yeah. Yeah, see.
No, it's a. You should watch it.
Okay.
It's an interesting flick,
Okay.
to say the least.
When do we know our secret thing? I'm getting antsy.
That's
Oh,
coming
just
up.
hold up! It's coming up, buddy. It's coming up.
Look at the rundown
Um,
that we haven't been
I
following.
know.
But so yeah, Chip and Dale, you guys need to watch it. It's very, like I said, self-aware. It's very funny. It is not up its own ass, which is a movie like this could end up being.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I just
Is
every
that a
part of it-
negative or a positive? I don't know.
No, it's a positive.
It
It's
sounds
not,
like a positive.
It's they do a really good job. I hope this doesn't spawn a whole
Okay.
bunch of movies
Mhm.
like this, though,
Mhm.
because what makes this movie awesome is that it's so unique.
Okay.
Like, it is something you're watching. You're gonna watch this movie, and there's gonna be multiple times in this movie you're gonna go, "How did Disney let them get away with that?"
That's what I hear. Like yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
there's there's other cameos that when you see them, it's like, what? Like, I'm not gonna spoil them, but like there's some like you would never expect cameos.
Okay.
From
That's
like,
awesome.
it's awesome.
I
Like-
can't wait
Okay.
to see Puff the Magic Dragon.
Like, I'm talking not Disney characters. I'm talking like Warner Brothers, like characters owned by Warner Brothers and characters owned by, like, they did a really good job of getting.
So you're saying it's like a multiverses movie?
No, it's more like if all of your former video game and cartoon characters. Nice try, but no. It's like if all your favorite video game characters and cartoon characters who weren't on shows anymore were also guests at comic conventions.
Compared to Space Jam 2 and what they did.
Oh God, Space Jam 2 is a train wreck.
Well, yes, I agree. I'm not talking about the plot and the acting the casting of the movie. I'm talking about how they put so many characters that we love.
But they were all owned by Warner Brothers.
Okay, but these ones aren't, obviously.
No, dude, there's characters all over the place.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Okay.
Like, it's awesome.
It's the multiverse of madness.
No, it's not a multiverse movie. And stop trying to segue to that. It's not even the next thing. Brett,
Is it like a
Brett? Here, how about
movie?
this? How about this? You know what, Sean? We're gonna go to multiverses, Brett. That means we're skipping over the secret topic.
No, we're skipping over. You heard? Well,
we're going back to it. We'll go back to it.
We can't skip over You Heard because we teased it in the opening.
Next up is Amber Heard and Aquaman 2 in a new segment called
What Have You Heard?
I thought it was just You Heard.
I'm asking them what they've heard though.
Ruined it. Well, so I don't know if you guys. I have not been paying attention to the Johnny Depp.
I just see the
trial.
clips. Yeah.
I don't even watch the clips. But I saw a headline the other day that apparently they spoiled part of Aquaman 2 in the trial. One of the producers came on and had to basically explain what's going on.
I read the article.
She's saying it's damaging to her career. Which article?
Oh, wow.
The article that you're referencing, you said you didn't read it, but I did read it. Do you want to know what it spoils?
I read that one.
Yeah.
How she's in the hospital? Okay, first of all, why is Mira in the
spoiler
fucking
alert,
hospital?
Spoiler alert. If you don't want to know this, stop listening for about 2 minutes, but really, who cares because it's
Aquaman 2, and second of all, do you care about Amber Heard's fucking, spoilers? Fuck that woman. So she deserves to have her role in Aquaman 2 spoiled. Team Johnny.
So they've apparently cut her role down to about 10 minutes. And then I read this headline earlier that made me crack up, and now I'm really bummed because I misread it. What I read was Aquaman 2 may replace Mira with dolphins. What it actually says is that Aquaman 2 may replace Mira with Dolphin, which is a character from the Peter David Aquaman run, and I am infinitely more disappointed now. And
I don't know much about Dolphin.
I thought Aquaman was about to get a badass sidekick dolphin.
Dolphin girlfriend?
No.
You heard?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I
heard.
Yeah.
I heard.
I mean, what a discussion that was that we just had about
Boy, I remember everything about it.
Man, you guys are such liars. I was just going to tell the audience that we had to stop for a second, and now we're back, and you guys are just acting like we just never stopped. You're the worst.
Sean and I were flawless, seamless.
Lying to our fans.
No one would have known.
They're never going to believe anything we say ever again.
You heard?
Oh, man. I heard that one, too. Anyway. Oh, boy. I did it myself. Shut up. I did it not on purpose. That was not a purposeful pun.
Is it time for the surprise yet?
Oh, okay. Surprises!
So, today's surprise topic is Brett's Funtime Corner. And 3, 2, 1, Brett, go.
Okay. Here, and welcome to my Funtime Corner. This today is where I will show you how to make gloves from your socks. You ready?
Color me intrigued.
No, I was just going to put the socks on my hands, but it's a hot day here.
Those would be mittens.
I'm not playing that.
Some would say
Is it really my Funtime Corner as a surprise?
Yeah, I wanted to see what you would do if I put you on the spot like that.
Have I earned a Funtime Corner?
Yeah, from now on, plan a Funtime Corner.
If anyone
I wanted to see what would happen when I put you on the spot, but you did well.
No.
And now I really want to know the shocking truth about puppets. Yeah, two can do that, Sean.
Of gloves.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly.
Socks can really be anything. I have heard that socks could even be toilet paper in a bind.
I don't want to.
But
do
toilet paper
house.
cannot be socks.
Whose bind was this?
Whose bind was this?
Whose bind was it?
Oh, is this early COVID days? Is this when the only way to get toilet paper was to buy a 6-pack of Corona from your local liquor store?
Yeah, it came with one roll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how they combated the drop of sales, because obviously Corona beer causes coronavirus.
And they changed the term of
you
Lucy.
Heard it here, folks.
They changed the name of Lucy's being from one single cigarette to one single sheet of toilet paper.
Really?
Yeah, you walked in the liquor store, you said, "Can I get a Lucy?" And they rip off a piece of toilet paper and hand it to you.
Hard times in Sean's neck of the woods.
Have you never shopped at the
I don't go to that side of
store?
Sesame Street.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who walked to the liquor store for a single piece of toilet paper?
Who walks anywhere nowadays? It's 2022. Just ride a car.
I ride the scooters that you pay for on the app.
Just ride a car.
Yeah, ride a car. Uber your Lyft. hop on a pogo. So I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, but there is a company in San Francisco. You know how like there's bird scooters everywhere?
Yes.
Like everywhere.
I prefer the Lime scooters, by the way. Lime scooters are better than
Lime, bird,
scooters.
tomato, they get you places. But someone in San Francisco was like, you know what? You know all those scooters everybody's riding? We should do the same thing, but with pogo sticks. This was a couple years ago now. I don't know if they ever implemented it, but like some guy was like, yeah, everybody's going to want a pogo stick. Like, I had a pogo stick. I never wanted a pogo stick. You know how hard is the pogo stick?
In place, let alone from point A to point B.
More than just one jump. It was hard enough to get up on the pogo stick.
And does it pay per jump? Like, all right.
Yeah.
Right? How does that
cents,
work?
75 cents, $1, quarter, 50, yeah.
Right? So if you jump longer, you get farther.
Yeah.
Which, isn't that really just a metaphor for life?
You know, my dad once told me that when you jump short places, you don't get very far. But when you take big leaps, you never know where you might find yourself.
The more you know.
Yeah.
That was
Your dad
Sean's
really
Fun
said
Times
that?
Corner.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Sean, you gotta step it up. Brett's Fun Time Corner was way more
Out
a
there,
thing.
it was a thing. Mine was just,
Why?
you
How
know,
did your dad know?
well, he was an astronaut.
No, it wasn't.
No, he was an alcoholic.
That was.
Which is
I don't know why that made me laugh, but that's what did it.
You can be both.
And then Brennan puts the cherry on top. You can be both.
Yeah.
Ain't
Have
that
you ever been
the
drunk in
truth?
space?
I mean,
Well, my dad has.
Well, I mean, mine definitely has it. No, that's one of my favorite things in the Spider-Man movie when they're all talking about which villains they fought, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I fought an alien in Earth and in space." He's like, "Wait, hold the fuck.
You've been to space?
I'm still getting over the fact that you fought an alien in space." And Andrew Garfield's like, "Well, I fought a guy in a rhinoceros." It's like he just steals every
So great.
line
He
in
does.
that movie.
He
Like
does.
I really
So
hope
great.
he gets his third movie. I really, really do.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
I originally I was like, I think they'll throw him into like the I watched Morbius, by the way.
Did you? Why?
Oh,
Why'd you put
Well,
yourself
because
through
I
that?
had to. It's a
No.
superhero-based project. I have to at least watch it.
Is it better than
once.
Sucker Punch?
Yes. Come on.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Come on.
It
How
is.
dare you?
But that's because like Matt Smith is like
Doubt
steals every scene he's in because I think he's clearly just like showing up, going, "I'm getting paid for this. I'm gonna have some fun." Like,
And Jared Leto
God,
wasn't?
it's so bad.
Jared Leto wasn't having very much fun?
Jared Leto.
No.
I can't tell if
Going-
Jared
going
Leto's
to the
having
bathroom
fun
with his
or
crutches.
If Jared Leto's just living life and being Jared Leto, and he doesn't quite know what emotions are.
Yeah. I think.
Do you need a doctor? I am a doctor. Therefore,
Right?
I will never need a doctor. Like, is that like if you're a doctor, you're good?
And they never explain it. It's like literally the movie
I would think
starts.
so.
The movie literally starts with them in like the rainforest and shit.
Mhm.
And like he gets out and like he's kind of limping along because he has a disease or whatever. And like I never really explained quite what he's doing, but everybody's afraid to be there for some reason.
Oh no, he's doing bats.
That's honestly,
That's the full explanation
Brett
you get
just
in the
summed
movie.
it up.
Yeah.
That's literally
He's
what he's
doing
doing. Like,
bats.
he goes there and he puts his machine up, which they never explain what it is.
the machine, what it's
and
doing.
then he cuts his hand and puts his hand into this like machine, and all the bats fly at him. And then all of a sudden, they're not in the rainforest anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not quite sure how that all played out because they never mentioned
never allude to it.
what happened at all. And then all of a sudden, oh, you're mixing human and bat DNA. Oh no, that's bad. Oh, guess what's gonna happen? Oh no, like it's you don't even like. There's no jump. There's like no plot where it goes. Okay,
And then, like,
well this is what happened.
Matt Smith goes straight up like mass murdering evil
Yeah,
because he was bullied by two kids when he was like 8. Like that was it. That was his origin story.
which
he
is so
faced,
really
like
normally a DC thing.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
every freaking DC movie
It's Batman.
needs to shit out. No, not just Batman. Think about this. Every single DC movie has at one point in the film went back and showed the superhero or heroine or supervillain whatever, as a kid. Every single one of them. And I'll even do you one better because Shazam, where the main person is a kid, they go back to when he was an even younger kid.
like a baby.
Like a baby.
Think about that. Aquaman, show him as a
As a
picked on kid.
Yeah.
Shazam, they show him as a kid getting lost by his neglected mother. Wonder Woman, they show her as a kid learning lessons from her mother.
Not Harley Quinn.
Frickin', well, they kind of do. They mention it in the Harley Quinn movie. They don't go back and show it, but they might as well have.
Or Birds of Prey, you mean?
Giving up that
Whatever.
child was the most responsible thing that mother did.
Which one?
In Shazam.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, to be fair, it was the responsible thing to do,
Yeah.
but it traumatized a superhero. And I guess if that never happened, DC never would have been able to show us. So,
True.
who
Oh,
cares? Like, that Shazam, I always forget to bring up Shazam when I'm talking about DC
I love
films.
Shazam.
I like it.
Very good.
No, I do. I like Shazam. It's a great film. It's enjoyable. Okay, I take it back. It's not a great film. It's enjoyable.
Enjoyable
It's a
movie.
good, solid film.
It's good for a DC movie.
But the
Oh
other
my God,
films
for a
are
DC
so
movie, it's
bad
brilliant. Yeah.
that you forget to even mention it in conversation. Like the
Mm-hmm.
DC films are so bad that you remember the ones that anger you the most.
Yes.
You forget the ones that are okay, and you just don't name a couple of them. Like I was talking to my buddy the other day about like my favorite or worst DC films. I totally forgot to say Suicide Squad.
Like the first one.
Both
yeah.
of them. I thought the second one was good, but it wasn't like, oh my god.
Okay, but
I
at
don't think
least-
James Gunn did what he did with Guardians.
I mean,
with the Suicide Squad.
The fact that you said at least you thought it was good is more than you can say for most other DC movies. So at least it's in like the
Guess.
A, B, C tier, not the D, E, F trash
in my
tier.
opinion, it goes Man of Steel. And this is a DCEU film.
DCEU.
Strictly
yeah.
DCEU.
Okay, we're gonna do a quick
It goes Man
DCEU
Man of
tier
Steel.
list. Here we go.
Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
Every other one of them.
Every other
That-
one doesn't.
Is perfect. Every
Yeah.
other one is tied
Yeah,
for shite.
I can.
Yeah.
Because
I'm down with that.
I really wasn't like everyone's like, oh my god, King Shark's better than Groot. Okay, first of all, shut up.
Yeah,
No.
no, he's not.
The only thing better than Baby Groot is Grogu / Baby Yoda, if you can't call him that, because some people just refuse to call him that. But I love how that character is so loved by Star Wars fans that even though everybody's divisive on his name, no one cares. It like no, he's awesome. Like it's literally the first thing since Darth Maul.
I don't
that as
feel
Star
like-
Wars fans we've all agreed.
I don't think it's divisive. It's just what you choose to call him.
No, but it's his name. You don't choose or choose not to. Like that'd be like if I don't accept your name's Ian. I'm gonna call you Philip.
More muffins.
Yeah, okay. Touche.
Mm-hmm.
Touche.
Anyway,
Anywho, so-
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
We've heard of it.
Yeah, we've heard of it. Actually, you know, it's really funny. I love the first 2 seasons. I just tried to rewatch
Season 3.
season 3 with my girlfriend, and we ended up just putting a YouTube video on that recapped
That-
the whole
yeah,
season.
yeah.
Because we started watching. I was like, I don't really remember what happened in season 3. And start watching it. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, I remember what happened in
There's
season 3.
there's that one guy. He's
It
the
was-
pool boy or
Yeah,
lifeguard,
it
and he
was
takes his shirt off.
Okay, although the new season, by all accounts,
Looks-
is going to be
It
epic.
looks so insane.
Yeah.
Those trailers are just
Yeah, but we're getting. So they've been taking 2 years to make this.
Long time.
Yes.
Like Stranger Things is almost not even relevant anymore. Because remember, there used to be Stranger Things merch.
Well,
there used to be
I don't
Stranger
think
Things
it's not
everything.
relevant anymore. I think that they may have mismanaged the period of time
The
in
timing.
between the release and now. Because look at what happened with Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty
Same
had
thing.
a way longer release, and it ended up launching it into the stratosphere.
Yeah.
Granted, I do think quantitatively, comparatively speaking, Rick and Morty is a better show of what it is than Stranger Things is what it is. Not that Stranger Things isn't great.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I feel like the first 2 seasons really nailed the shtick into the ground, and I feel like the third season was almost like, well, I guess we got to finish up this.
What we started. Yeah.
You know, because season 4, by all accounts, looks like it's a new villain. It's a new, like, it's a different
Yeah.
story almost.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why people want to go. Have they said why anybody is trying to get into the Upside Down? They haven't said why. They've hinted like, oh, power, blah, blah, but like they've never been like, yo, yeah, there's gold in them there on Upside Down.
In them there,
Like-
upside down. There's
them there,
gold.
upside down.
Well, let's go on and get the gold.
What's the
in
benefit?
upside
I mean,
down.
I could be wrong, but I don't remember them ever mentioning it.
Because it's Stranger Things.
I mean,
They gotta-
that's not a good.
they're
answer.
going to use. I think they're going to use the upside down to their advantage.
I think they're
because
going
some of them
to use
have
the
been
Upside
there
Down to
before.
make things right side up.
Oh, you stole it from me.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do it, so I beat you
stole
to it. That's what you get. That's
That was
what you
Doyle.
get.
I did not care about Stranger Things 4 at all until I saw that first trailer where they used the Journey song, and I was like, okay.
I'll be
That
honest.
trailer- but do not fall victim to good music
Yes,
and editing in
exactly,
a trailer.
exactly.
We've learned
I-
anything from Warner
I
Brothers.
do that.
It's
I
not
know.
how to make a
I
good
do
movie.
that. I can't help it.
It's how to
I
cut
can't
a
help
good
it.
trailer. Well, because to this day, I will say I would put money on it.
Suicide
The
Squad
Suicide
trailer?
Squad's
Yeah.
first trailer with Bohemian Rhapsody is
Yeah.
still, to this day, one of the best trailers I have ever seen. And that's why
How'd the
they,
movie turn out?
Yeah. Although David Ayer says he wouldn't have to shoot anything else to put out his quote-unquote Ayer cut.
Let's just not even.
I say do it.
No.
At this point, just do it.
No.
Like, you're already throwing things at the wall to see what sticks. Just do it.
I'm good
Couldn't
without
be
it.
worse. It literally couldn't be worse. Like, Joss Whedon's Justice League was a train wreck.
Yeah.
There's no way Zack Snyder could have been worse. There's literally no way Zack Snyder could have given us a worse product.
In the amount of things that there are in the world and how you could spend your time and things that you are on your bucket list, do you really want to spend the 2 hours for David Ayer's cut of Suicide
No,
Squad?
but Netflix is throwing a bet that we're going to want to sit at least an hour per each episode of Stranger Things this season. Because episode 1,
4 hours for the last 2.
hour 16 minutes. Episode 2, hour 15. Episode 3, hour 3. 4 is hour 17. And it's all around then. Episode 7 is hour 38 minutes. But then the final 2 episodes are an hour and 25 minutes and 2.5 hours.
4 hours total.
We're talking,
Now-
and this isn't even the finale. There's one more season.
Why wouldn't they split those up and have it go long? That's what I do. Like a 2.5 hour episode. That's not even the series finale.
Yeah, just like a little mini movie.
I just, you got to think about this. Someone did math and goes, well, we can do this and spend this much and still make money off of this. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's got to be a reason it's not just, hey, digital's free, let's just shoot it anyway. That's not how that works.
Or maybe it'll make sense storytelling wise. You know, I mean, who knows?
I mean, I think after the first 2 seasons being such a huge hit, they have the. That's why I've heard Netflix is very hands off in regards to the creative aspect of stuff. They kind of let directors do what they want to do, and that's why so many directors love working with Netflix.
They just never tell you your viewer count or what you
and they'll
get
cancel
back from
you
it. Yeah.
abruptly and so on and so forth. But I mean, the Stranger Things was huge for Netflix.
Yeah.
Huge for Netflix. So I get it.
They're
It's
like
the
top
same
3
thing of
best
like
things.
after Nolan made The Dark Knight, every Warner Brothers is like, okay, what do you want to do? You want to blow up a plane? Sure, okay,
Sure.
why not?
Tenet, here you
I
go.
imagine the conversation in Tenet where they're like, he's like, all right, I have an idea. And he tells him, and he's like, basically, I imagine that's Christopher Nolan in the office with the executives. Like, I want to blow up a plane. Wait, what? No, not out of the air. Like,
yeah, that literal conversation that is in the movie.
That was literally a conversation that happened in the offices with the executives. Like,
not enough people have seen Tenet. If you haven't seen Tenet and you're listening to this right now, watch Tenet because it has some of the most Here's the thing about Tenet that I'll say real quick. Every blockbuster and action movie that has come out in like the last whatever amount of time, it's made us numb to action and how it doesn't really progress storytelling and it's not part of the story.
So awesome.
It's exactly.
It is the story.
But yeah, the action in movies is just filler and it's like explosions. It's almost Michael Bay-esque, but not quite. It's not
distraction
that.
Food.
Yeah, but Tenet, the way that the action progresses the story and the story makes the action make sense, and then even the best part at the end of the movie, it doesn't make sense, and you're wondering what makes sense of this movie, and then you watch it again, kind of like Inception. And you're like, oh my god, I get it now.
I'll tell you this: there's two sets of people.
So good.
People who didn't understand Tenet, and people who love Tenet.
Yeah.
That's because
I love Tenet.
Love Tenet.
I loved
Tenet.
I drove to Ohio in the middle of the pandemic to see that movie in theaters.
Yeah,
there was
in IMAX,
no
right?
way I was not watching the new Nolan film in theaters. So I went with my friend Michelle and my buddy Mason, and so Michelle and I walked out. We loved it, and so we're talking about. And Mason's just like, I didn't think I liked it. And then through the rest of the car ride, we explained to him what happened, and by the end of the ride, he was like, oh. I think I really liked that.
Yeah, it's just you don't understand it.
I mean, a lot of people complained about like the sound.
Yes.
But to that I say this: when you need to hear what's going on, there's nothing going on besides what's talking. You know what I mean? Everything else that is kind of muffled or you can't fully hear, it is not 100% like important to the plot. It can be inferred. You might as well not even have dialogue. Like when the guy's torturing him at the beginning with the train, you don't need dialogue there. We get it. You could literally have had him not say a damn word, just fucking torture him, go back to the clock, turn the clock back, and walk back to torture him.
Yeah.
You don't need dialogue.
I guess my
You know what I
main
mean?
my main scene is the whole whatever sailboat things that they were on.
The schooners.
Yeah, the schooners.
Is that a schooner?
I think so. Whatever they're
Schooner's
called.
a sailboat. Mallrats?
Oh yeah,
So disappointed in you, Sean.
sorry. But anyway, I that scene is very exposition heavy,
Yes.
and so is the Michael Caine scene.
But sometimes you need exposition-heavy scenes in movies like that, and I'm okay with that.
No, I'm fine with that. It's just like you said, like the audio. I feel like you can't really hear the exposition that well, and you do get lost in that whole ocean schooner scene, whatever.
Yeah, but you don't even really need to know. That's the whole thing. Is
True.
that every bit of conversation in that you don't hear clear as day is something that could be inferred.
And I think it's because the visual storytelling is so well done that even if you miss a little bit of the audio, you can still kind of get what's going on.
I picked up the entire freaking movie.
The first time. Yeah, the first time you watch it.
I think that Tenet is to Chris Nolan the opposite of what Don Quixote was for Terry Gilliam. Terry Gilliam took everything he's learned over his career, everything he's learned trying to make Don Quixote, and put it into one movie, and it failed miserably. Whereas Tenet was almost, this is what I've learned from all of my films. Let me put them together into one, because there's a little Inception, there's a little Prestige, there's a little Memento, there's a little Insomnia, there's there's a little bit of every piece of Nolan in this film.
It really is like a Nolan Voltron. It just really, all the pieces come together, and it's phenomenal.
I think it's a masterpiece. I know a lot of people call me crazy. I think it's one of his best films.
I agree.
I love that movie. I watched it on repeat.
Yeah.
The second it went on digital.
Yeah.
I love that movie. It's also gorgeously shot.
And the soundtrack is amazing, even though it's not Hans Zimmer.
No.
Like, I was so upset when I heard Hans Zimmer wasn't working on Christopher Nolan's new movie, because every pairing that they've done has been just epic. But then, you get the guy who does the Mandalorian soundtrack, and it's just gorgeous.
Yeah, it's what's his name? I always forget.
Ludwig Göransson or whatever. Ludwig Göransson. And he also did Dune. No, right. Hans Zimmer ended up doing Dune. And he won an Oscar for it.
Well, that was one of those things where it was like, when Nolan's original the DP that he worked with most of the time, Deakins. Yeah. Started directing a movie, and now he's kind of moved on from working with Nolan. You're like, well, crap. But then Hoyt Van Hoytema is his new DP, and he did
Interstellar as the first one. Yeah,
he's great. No one's as awesome. My favorite though is 3-time Oscar winner Emmanuel Lubezki, cinematographer extraordinaire, did Cat in the Hat.
Of course he did,
which I love. Guilty pleasure of mine. It's a horrible adaptation of Cat in the Hat, but it is a greatly dark, twisted movie.
Sure.
Wow.
I won't disagree with you there. I wonder if Cat in the Hat is going to be in multiverses.
That's a good question.
I doubt it.
No, probably not. Is
probably
it Warner
not.
Brothers property? I don't know.
It's a Dr. Seuss property.
Speaking of multiverses,
there's
Sean,
that game out there.
You've been trying to segue to this since the beginning of the show. Do you want to talk about multiverses?
I do, because I love video games, and this is like a super ridiculous video game that's been like a fever dream for a lot of nerds out there.
This has been a thing that's been rumored and hoped for. It's almost like the John Krasinski thing in Fantastic Four, but for a video game.
It's like, hey,
we're finally getting it.
We're how fighting Shaggy's gonna be it's gonna be in the new Tekken, fighting Shaggy.
Well,
no, he's in the Mortal Kombat, dude. No, we're getting Shaggy kicking some ass against Batman and Superman and Adventure Time.
Arya Stark,
dude. Yeah. Okay. Do we have the whole character list?
So they only have what's been announced, and the only thing that's been announced so far is Finn the human from Adventure Time and Jake the dog. Batman, Harley Quinn, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
Cat Dog
from DC Universe. Game of Thrones is Arya Stark. Iron Giant is the Iron Giant. Bugs Bunny and Taz from Looney Tunes. Shaggy and Velma from Scooby Doo. Garnet and Steven Universe from Steven Universe. Tom and Jerry.
Okay.
And then original character Rhine Dog. I don't know who that is either.
That's it though. I thought
those are the only officially announced ones.
Oh,
okay.
In the
I'm
leak,
sure they'll
we've heard
be
Gandalf,
adding
we've
DLC.
heard Pickle Rick.
Yeah.
I've heard Pickle Rick is one of them,
as he should
which would be shocking. I've heard everything from that to I've heard LeBron James from Space Jam 2 is in it, which I don't know how I feel about that. If anything, what you should do is take the Wile E. Coyote who was in the Mad Max parody, because that's like the one awesome thing in that movie.
Yes.
Where freaking they're parodying Mad Max and freaking the coyote sprays it and just like, oh my god, I loved that. I love Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. It's always been a favorite of mine.
But yeah, this multiverses game could be the smash killer, and if you
think about this, Warner Brothers, it could be. You could have. Let's see, what does Warner Brothers own? You could have freaking James Van Der Beek's Dawson pop up in this game.
Yes,
You could
please.
have
Oh my
the
God.
Dawson fighting Shaggy. You could literally finally have Dawson drown Pacey in the creek.
Wow.
Yeah, if they
I
wanted
never
to
thought
do
about
that.
that.
I mean, but then you have all the Hanna-Barbera cartoon. You could have Space Ghost in this thing. You could have Penelope Pitstop in this game. You could have Snorks, Smurfs, Chipmunks. Like you could
Captain Caveman.
Captain Caveman,
Caveman.
Secret Squirrel and Morocco Mole, Hong Kong Phooey.
Oh my God.
Flintstones.
Yeah,
Like whatever.
It's insane. And then you got to think about licensing deals. Technically, could Studio Ghibli characters pop up?
I mean, and Warner Brothers.
What about freaking Warner Brothers owns Doctor Who now? Could the Doctor pop up? Could a Dalek pop up? Like,
basically, there's like endless possibilities with this game.
they could literally continue to put new characters out for this game for years.
And that's gonna be one of the things that is gonna keep it relevant, is as Smash Brothers going down the line. Because look, Smash Brothers Ultimate with its huge character list is one of the appeals of the game.
But it's also a very niche character list. I think it caters to people who are big video gamers, which is nothing wrong with that. It's a video game. But like a lot of the characters that Nintendo ends up announcing, I go, who?
Yeah, that's the problem with Smash, is like the last 10 characters have been sword wielding anime characters that unless you play those
when
games.
It was like, oh, look who's Sonic's here and Snake's here and all that. That was awesome.
But once
like,
you got past that, their last few have just been
I remember last
who are
one
these
that
characters?
I was super excited about was Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah.
Because I love me some Banjo Kazooie. But yeah, no, multiverse is like just think it. This Kevin Costner could show up as the Mariner from Waterworld. That's Warner Brothers, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Get me excited. Don't do that.
Bros.
Don't get my hopes up.
Is
Don't
that
get your hopes
Waterworld?
up.
Oh, I'm gonna be really bummed if it's not Waterworld.
Was that DreamWorks?
It is, but
DreamWorks?
in Warner Bros.
So we'll
world,
never see the Mariner.
in Warner Brothers world, Abu Dhabi though,
Abu Dhabi.
Waterworld is a thing there. Yeah, go figure that one out. Yeah, no, Waterworld. Let's see, 1 day, 3 parks. We have Warner Brothers. Waterworld's at Warner Brothers.
Okay, there's hope.
Yeah, I don't know why just to go to
Let's
Waterworld
go,
Wikipedia.
Kevin Costner.
I mean, who doesn't love Waterworld? Except for everybody who didn't see it at the box office.
Pretty much.
It's actually it's Universal. Yeah, it's Universal, but we can still hope and we can pray that the Mariner one day makes its way.
This game's going to be huge. The closed alpha is currently going on, and a lot of like professional fighting game.
Enough to get it.
Me neither. So we're in that same boat. Brett's been playing it all weekend, I hear, though.
So, well, here's the question: if you could pick any fictional character under the umbrella of Warner Brothers, who would you want in this game?
Under the umbrella of Warner Brothers.
Any that's DC, that is New Line Cinema,
Looney
Warner Brothers
Tunes.
Pictures, Warner Animation, Castle Rock, Alloy Entertainment, Cartoon Network, Williams Street. So any of the Adult Swim characters, 50% of the CW. So
Rick
you
and
get
Morty.
half of Tom Welling as Superman. Well, obviously Rick and Morty. Yeah,
Mr. Meeseeks.
I wouldn't be shocked if he pops up at all.
He would be like an item. If they have items in the game, kind of
Right,
like Smash
right.
Bros does, he would be like an item or something. It would be the Mr. Meeseeks box. And it'd be like, Mr. Meeseeks, look at me! And he just comes and does your final attack or something. I don't know.
Brett,
That's, my God, that's incredibly tough.
It is.
So I'm
Yeah.
trying to- I'm
it's
trying
very
to-
tough.
I'm trying to make up my mind if I want to go for the joke or if I want to go for like
Yeah.
someone I
both. Give us
really
both.
want. And I'm
Give us
my,
both.
My brain is battling itself. You know what? I want to see both Warner Brothers.
Oh!
Warner Brothers.
The
How
fucking
about that?
Animaniacs. I know you're joking,
All right.
but the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister Dot,
The Warner sister.
Freakazoid.
Ooh.
That's Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah.
Freakazoid's Warner
Yeah,
Brothers.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's the other one? You know.
What? The other what? Street Sharks.
Oh, Street
Neo
Sharks.
from the Matrix.
Neo from the Matrix. Yep,
Matrix.
Neo from the Matrix could pop up. Unfortunately,
Morpheus.
not Zabu from Zaboomafoo because
What
that is
about-
not owned by Warner Brothers.
Sandra Bullock from The Blind Side.
I'll do you one better. Wait, is Speed a Warner Brothers film?
Yes.
Speed of Warner Brothers
I
film?
hope so.
A Clockwork Orange is.
No. When I
No.
said the Warner Brothers, and I just looked it up, I meant Harry,
The literal Warner
Albert,
Brothers.
Sam, and Jack. I want all four actual Warner Brothers with their top hats and
what
their
you
monocles
meant.
because I know they have that.
Johnny
I know they
Depp,
have
Willy
those.
Wonka.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait,
did
who's that?
Dumbledore. The Twister from Twister.
Jack Sparrow.
The sniper
Oh no,
from
wait,
American
he's
Spider.
Disney. Sorry, Jack Sparrow.
Sniper, yeah, the sniper.
Tin
Oh,
Man
I
from
want
Wizard of
Philip,
Oz.
Philip Seymour Hoffman from Twister.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, who is Brad Pitt from Troy.
You know, one of Philip Seymour Hoffman's best roles, by the way.
The San
I
Andreas Fault.
believe his name was Dusty. So Dusty.
Mel Brooks and Blazing
So
Saddles.
I just watched Twister for the first time last night.
Oh my god, it's the
Where
best
have you
movie
been?
ever. It's
I
better
have a
than Kazam.
ginormous phobia of tornadoes.
Me too, because of that movie. But continue.
No, I didn't watch that movie because of my
no.
ginormous fear.
And I never had a fear until I
Yes.
watched that movie, and then I'm like, oh, I guess these things are real.
There's two things apparently that will freak me out enough to not want to watch a movie anymore. Tornadoes, I toughed it out because it's a great movie besides my ridiculously unwarranted fear of tornadoes in movies. But like that and needles. In Saw 2, when they threw her in that pit of needles, I was out. I was done. Done. I walked out
You
of the
walked
theater and I
out?
never watched Saw ever again.
Oh,
I can't do needles.
Saw 2 was like one of the last good ones
No,
too.
one of the last good ones. It's the second one.
I know, it was
Out
one of the
like,
last good ones.
I still think the first one. Oh, freaking
Fantastic.
Leonidas. The Three
Oh,
Ninjas.
Leonidas would be good.
The Three
You could have three ninjas. Freaking Mad Max could show up. Sherlock Holmes could show up.
Yeah.
Freaking Mogwai and Gremlins.
Oh, Gremlins need to show up. Gizmo. Just give me Gizmo.
Yeah, Gizmo could show up and he could transform. Maybe that's a special move. Is he pours a cup of water on
Yeah.
him and he turns into
One of the Gremlins. Did you know that there's a Gremlins 3 in production?
Well, there's
Or in
a
pre-production?
show. There's a show.
Is that what it is?
I think it's called Mogwai or something. It's
See,
a show.
I've seen Gremlins 3. When you look it up on IMDb, it just says Gremlins 3, and it's an actual movie, and it's in like early
I'll
pre-production.
tell you what. We forgot Beetlejuice.
Oh my god.
We forgot Beetlejuice. We forgot Godzilla.
Oh, and Kong.
Oh my god.
Kong.
Frankenstein.
And
werewolves, like everything.
Now personal.
The Mummy.
This is my personal favorite choice. This is who I want to see more than anything.
Let's hear it.
Lego Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if there's Toon Link and regular Link in Smash Bros, then we can get regular Batman and then
Also,
Lego Batman.
I want to see the cat from the Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
I want Tom Hanks from You've Got Mail.
And now this is just went total. See, Sean.
Seashells by the seashore.
Sean, what you did there, man. Crap.
We created a whole multiversal
we just literally
discussion.
Just kept throwing out characters. That was like a rabbit
10
hole of
minute
who knows. Was
character.
that entertaining? Was it boring? Let us know.
Let us
we don't
know what characters
we
you
fell
want.
down the
Give me
rabbit
a
hole.
call.
Yeah,
Give
give
me
Fred a call. The
Tell
number's
me
on
if
the
it's
screen.
Boring, I'll tell them.
Perfect.
Speaking of
And
boring,
so-
you know what could be boring?
Wait, no, we got one more thing.
She-Hulk.
Okay. All right, that is the last thing. I thought you were talking about your surprise. I was like, your surprise could be boring.
It
I
could
don't
be.
know.
It's not going to be, I promise. But
no, I think
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk's going to be awesome. I know Brett
But
knows
her
this.
face, man. You gotta fix her face.
They
Fix her
will. I
face.
think they will. I think they will.
They
They'll
fix
touch up the
Sonic.
CG.
They'll fix
Yeah, right.
She-Hulk.
If we can get the studios to get bullied into changing Sonic, anything's possible. That being said, it specifically seems to be inspired by one of my favorite runs of Marvel comics of all time, and that is Charles Solei's She-Hulk run, which is a phenomenal. It's like a quirky comedy series. It's really more about her being a lawyer.
Right. That's what I was hoping this would be.
I'm all for
I mean,
it.
it's called She-Hulk Attorney at Law, so that's
And
already a good thing going
That
for it.
gave me a lot of hope because I
Yes.
didn't know that would be the sub name. So
No, I
that's
don't think they
fantastic.
announced that to anybody.
No.
That was like the first time that came out, if I'm not mistaken.
Like, I hope
That was
there's an
cool.
actual case going
Well,
on
so
the
here's the
whole
thing.
series.
In the trailer, we see Frogman.
Yes.
So we just started the other show.
Is it the Frogman
Capes-
case? Is that
No,
what's
well,
happening?
so Capes, Tight Squirrels, and Kite, another Geektainment show. We're talking about the obscure, and it just so happens episode 2, which comes out
Head Frogman?
it's tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, Frogman was on that rundown, and it just perfectly timed out. But it got me thinking because the week before we were talking about characters like Dr. Bong and Big Wheel.
Right.
Could we plausibly see characters like Dr. Bong and Big Wheel in She-Hulk? Are they going to use She-Hulk to kind of go, hey, we're quirky too, guys? Like, and I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
But are we? Like, if Frogman's there, what else who else? You know what I mean? Frogman's there. It's fair game. That's like throwing
Yeah.
a kite man in something.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
It actually literally just popped up while we're doing
Whoa.
the show.
Just broke. It
And I
broke
gotta
so
say,
fast that it broke
as
the
much
screen.
as we just spent
We're
a lot
live.
of time. What?
I said we're live. Breaking
Oh, we're
news
live.
is always live.
I thought you said hold on. I was on a roll there,
Yeah.
Brett. The tongue was going.
It was flapping.
The words
Oh.
were flowing. So as much as we just spent a good chunk of the show bitching about DC stuff,
Mm-hmm.
the first look at the Blue Beetle costume is leaked from set.
Mm-hmm.
It looks
Wow.
really freaking good.
Flash it up on the screen
It
in
looks
post.
really. I'll throw it up on the screen when I take this. Blah blah blah. But it looks really good.
Yeah, that set photo looks
and
like
Ian,
Blue Beetle.
who's playing him?
An unknown.
Oh no. So the rumor is that Jason Sudeikis is playing Ted Korg. I
Yeah.
do not know who's playing Jamie Reyes though,
Got
because
it.
it's about Jamie Reyes.
Mm-hmm.
Because DC's all about making fetch happen. They tried it with Cyborg,
Mm-hmm.
couldn't make fetch happen with Cyborg. Now they're trying with Blue Beetle. They might succeed with Blue Beetle because Blue Beetle, I think, is an infinitely way cooler character on his own right. Like, I
Yeah.
love Cyborg. Cyborg's one of my favorite Teen Titans in the cartoon. Love Cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
In the comics, they basically kind of just go, "Oh well, he's a computer. He's like the
He's the-
Deus Ex Machina
Yeah, he's the computer
of
guy.
any computer thing."
Yeah.
And the only way to stop him is a stronger computer.
Mm-hmm. Or virus.
Yeah, which is himself,
Yeah.
the Grid.
You know,
But-
and for a while in the comics, they tried to make him like the super patriotic character because
Yes.
a lot
Well,
of
they-
covers like he's holding the American flag and he's they want to
Dude.
be like, oh well, Captain America. is,
My
doing
favorite.
quite well.
My favorite DC Justice League member is Martian Manhunter.
Oh, yeah.
When they replaced him in the New 52 with Cyborg,
With Cyborg.
I was devastated.
Yeah.
That would have been like if they were like, "Oh yeah, okay, we're gonna take Cap out of the Avengers," like.
hmm
You know what I like? I think Martian Manhunter is like the heart and soul of the Justice League most of the time.
I guess, yeah, he is like usually the
He's
other
literally the thing that
perspective.
links them all together.
Yeah, he's the other perspective.
Yeah.
He's the outside
He's
perspective.
the other white meat.
Yep.
Because he's not white. He's green. He's green
green.
Martian, not a white Martian. Yeah.
He's the green meat.
Well, no,
Not
I mean that's the whole
Kermit.
thing is that the white Martians and the green Martians and they fought and
That's true.
The whole thing. Megan Maors. The wow, I can't think of her.
Mr. Magoo.
Her handle in Young Justice. Miss Martian.
Miss Martian.
Miss Martian. That's her whole thing. She's actually a white Martian who disguises herself as a green Martian.
That bitch.
You guys know. You guys should really catch up on Young Justice.
Yeah,
fans.
I
It's
haven't.
amazing.
Yeah.
So to end the show,
Yeah.
I feel like Sean's said this 5 times now.
I'm so eager.
He's jumping all over the
Oh.
place. He was talking about stuff
All
we
right,
didn't have the rundown
I'm
yet.
dying.
Yeah.
I'm
I have
dying
a
to know what
surprise.
this is.
Neither one
So
of you
now-
know what it is.
Drum roll, please.
Jurassic League.
And that's the end of the shit. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, literally.
Oh my god!
This is
Look at that!
the Justice League
Whoa!
when they were dinosaurs. Because that's
But
canon.
that's-
Because every multiverse
canon.
thing
And
is canon
the
now.
Academy Award goes to Brett Parker
For best reaction.
for best reaction to a segment we totally filmed already.
May
and are
or may
trying
not
to
have
pass off
filled.
that we didn't already do.
This is a surprise for everyone.
It's
First
the new
time.
Oscar category, just for you, Brett.
Just so you know,
You know,
This-
that was a very valiant effort. If I wasn't such a smart
that
ass,
was
no one
really
would have
good.
known.
Yeah, no one would have known. I just want you to see the puns. That's part of what makes this book great, are the puns.
I want to try to think of a pun now.
Okay.
Any pun?
No. Here we go.
Or just Justice League related.
It's
Ju-
Justice League,
Jurassic
dinosaur
League related.
Jurassic
pun.
League related.
All right, Jurassic League puns. See if you can guess these. Where is Superman's not the Fortress of Solitude, but where does he protect? What city? What's it called? Nope.
Jurassopolis?
It's called Metropolis.
Oh God!
Is that even a pun?
Metropolis.
I think that's not a pun, is it?
Sure it is.
Is that bad wordplay?
a little
That's
bit
just
of
how he
both.
pronounces it.
Isn't-
Yeah, that's just how
Wow.
he pronounces it. You're making fun of his speech.
Well,
You're making
okay,
fun of his speech
okay.
impediment?
Where does
That's
Batman
so horrible.
reside?
Gotham.
Nope.
No.
That's
Growtham
how you
City.
do everything. You just.
Yeah,
Are
you just-
serious.
Growtham City.
I thought it was.
Okay,
I thought it
okay.
was. I mean, we're going. You know, there's no rhyme or
You would
reason to
think.
this. Where does freaking the Flash live?
They haven't got. Look, Flash isn't in this issue. Sorry.
Oh,
Spoiler alert.
spoiler
It's-
alert.
What
It
kind of
just-
dinosaur
Flash wasn't quick
would-
enough to get.
what
He
kind of
wasn't quick
dinosaur
enough.
Jurassic
would
League.
Flash be, though?
But
These aren't even like really. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little disappointed about some of the wordplay in this thing.
Black Mantosaurus.
Okay, that's a good one.
Black Mantosaurus.
That one's a good. There should have been Black
Just
Mantosaurus
adding
Rex.
Saurus, just adding Saurus is weak.
Lazy. And Aquaman sends a dolphin to attack Black Manta. Black Manta punches the dolphin, and Aquaman responds with Matilda.
Everybody, what an awesome week in Geek. Handshakes all around. Freaking Brett, always awesome. Sean, never come back.
Try mascara.
If you hate the show, call Brett. His number is Sean. What's your number?
782.
He almost did it.
The first digit may or may not be true.
And that was this week's
Oh.
Geektainment Weekly.
We love you
Hopefully,
guys.
you guys come back again next week. We promise it will be worse.
Jurassic League.